So now you believe you can. Why would you want to? Why is it important to understand why you want to? To learn anything new, you first have to want something different from what you already have. There must be something outside what you currently have, which will give you something else you don't already have. If you were satisfied with the status quo, there would be no reason to learn something new. For example, this course. You are doing it because you want to be better at remembering names and faces. If you were already satisfied with how well you remember names and faces, there would be no point in learning a better way to remember. Being better at remembering names and faces is not something you want. However, you don't just want to learn something new for the sake of it. There is always a reason, a benefit that you get from having this new skill. You don't want to remember names and faces just for the sake of it. Learning this skill will give you some form of benefit. It might be it will help you with business, or even as simple as it'll give you a sense of accomplishment. It is this benefit which gives us the motivation to make the effort to learn something new. The challenging part with learning something new is that to do so, you have to change. If you don't change, then you can't learn something new. As an analogy, take driving to the shop. If when you leave home you take all the same turns to get to the shop, you must end up at the shop. This is pretty obvious. However, the same principle applies to learning. If you do the same things you always did, then you'll get the same result. To learn something new and get a different result, you must behave in a different manner than you have in the past. You must change. If you don't change, and you do the same things you've always done, then you will always get the same result you have in the past. That's the key to understand. To be able to do anything different from what you currently know, you have to change. It may sound obvious and logical that to get a different result, you must do something outside what you have done before. However, in reality, it can be difficult to do. As humans, we are attached to our identity, the belief in who we are. That identity is made up of many things, including our behaviours. How we behave on a day-to-day basis is part of who we are. To change our behaviours, a person needs to change who they are. As humans, we find security in who we are. There is comfort in behaving the way we do. It reassures us and those around us. It becomes a self-reinforcing cycle. Imagine you are with a group of close friends and you behave in an unexpected manner. Think about what the response would be. In many cases, this different behaviour will be a surprise to your friends and in some cases rejected completely. "What's wrong with you? You've changed," would not be uncommon to hear. Going back many years, it was important to be part of a group for survival. Not being part of a group meant we were exposed to attack from other predators or rival clans. Therefore, we didn't want to do anything that made us uncomfortable to the group. Staying familiar to the group achieved this. Staying the same gave us security. So staying with the identity of who we are and who others think we are is deeply rooted into our psyche. But in doing so, it made it hard to be more than who we are known to be. Enter the paradox. To learn something new means we must change, but at the same time, doing so can be extremely uncomfortable. There are two juxtaposing forces at play within us. Only one can win. We either change and become a different person, or we stay the same and not learn anything new. Many people start something new and stop shortly after. They are not sure what happened. They started with good intentions, but in the end, their belief in their identity of who they are was too strong and they reverted to their old behaviours. The status quo remained. Exercise is a great example. People have lots of intentions to do it, unless their internal belief of who they are changes to that of someone that exercises regularly, all kinds of excuses to not exercise will come up, stopping the exercise program. What really happens is people have an idea of wanting something different, but at the same time, they want to hold on to who they currently are. Whichever force is stronger will win. In most people's case, their identity of who they currently are is the stronger force. As such, shortly after attempting something new, they revert to their normal behaviours and stop the learning process. There is a common adage that children learn faster than adults. This isn't logical, as adults have greater knowledge to draw upon. They have lived longer and have more experience. With their greater background of experience, adults should learn faster. The difference is, kids are less attached to who they are and more willing to change their identity. The quicker we change who we are, the faster we learn. It's not limited to age. To win the paradox war, the reasons for changing, i.e., the reasons for learning something new, need to be stronger than the attraction of staying the same. Understanding why you want to learn names and faces quicker helps generate desire. The stronger desire you have, the more willing you are to take action to get what you want, especially in the face of adversity. Think about something you really wanted, which was difficult to get, but you eventually got. For example, let's say it was an expensive holiday. You didn't have the money, but you saved and saved until you had enough money to go. There were many other things you could have spent your money on, but because the holiday was more important to you, you had strong reasons for wanting it. You didn't spend the money and you saved it for the holiday. The desire to go on the holiday greatly outweighed the other options for spending the money on different things. You were so clearly focused on what was important to you. Because you really wanted the holiday, you kept taking steps to get it. The same principle is important whenever learning something new. The more you understand why you want it, the stronger the desire you create within yourself, the more action you will take to learn the new process. As change can be inherently uncomfortable, to achieve something new can require what feels like effort. How much effort is subjective? When you are fresh and awake, effort can seem easy. When you are tired, the same amount of effort can seem arduous and unbearable. When learning something new, you will experience a variety of emotions before you become proficient at the new process. To stay motivated when we are in downtimes, we want to have a strong desire to change, i.e. to learn. The desire comes from why you want the end result. To quote Thomas Edison again, the reason a lot of people do not recognize opportunity is because it usually goes around wearing overalls and looks like hard work. Together with, I never did a day's work in my life. It was all fun. Those two quotes seem like a contradiction, but are they? To learn or do anything new, you're going to have to do something you haven't done before. That's going to take effort. But that effort doesn't have to be arduous. It can be fun. How you think about what you are doing will determine your attitude or experience of that event. So what Mr. Edison is really getting at is that most people don't recognize opportunity because they don't understand that it can be fun to undertake the effort to get there. Now that you know it can be fun, you have one less thing getting in the way of your desire to get there. Treat it as a game. Learning is fun. Remove the need to get it right the first time. So why learn to remember names and faces? What will that give you that you didn't already have? Here are some benefits of learning to remember names and faces. Are any of these important to you? Think about how your life will be much better if each of these benefits was present in your life. Also, you might have other reasons why you want to remember names and faces. Think about the benefits of those reasons as well. To not be embarrassed. A name is very important to the person who has it. If someone has told you their name and you've forgotten it, they will notice. It's very easy to be caught out as the person that didn't remember another's name. Learning to remember someone's name will avoid the embarrassment of being stuck in this situation. To make friends quicker. Our friends are people we know care about us. A friend is someone with whom we share a bond of mutual affection. For most people, their name is one of the most important things to them. What better way to show someone you've just met that you care about them than to remember their name? To help other people feel at ease with you more quickly. People are generally more comfortable around people whom they feel care about them. When you use another's name, you are showing that person you care about them. When they feel that you care about them, they are more likely to relax around you. You can get to that situation faster the sooner you can remember their name. To have a competitive advantage in business. Business is all about building relationships and trust, especially new business. People are more inclined to transact with someone they know and trust before dealing with someone they don't know. It could be very costly to give business to a stranger. How do you know you won't get ripped off? Remembering a person's name shows that person they are not a stranger to you. Outside of secretly stalking someone, if you know them, it's because you have met them before or have a mutual acquaintance. Remembering one of the most important things to them, their name, shows that you care and builds the first step to a trusting relationship. You are showing you care about who they are and what's important to them. When people feel that they can trust you, they are more likely to give you business. All of these things give you an advantage over someone that doesn't remember another person's name. To make you stand out. When you meet someone you have met before and you call them by their name, in most cases they'll be impressed that you remembered who they were. From their perspective, it's clear you consider them important because you took the time to remember their name. You'll become more aware of other details about people you meet. By remembering other people's names, you're learning to become more attentive about that person. As a default, you will also become more attentive of the other person's details. You'll start noticing other things about that person you may have missed before. For example, you may start remembering things like birthdays, favourite colours, favourite food, age, holiday likes, amongst many other things. All this further shows that person that you care about them. So you feel more at ease in new surroundings. If you go into a new environment, say a new job, knowing that you'll be able to remember people's names will make you feel more at ease quicker. If you need to ask someone something, it's easy to walk up to them if you know their name. You will have more confidence. The new environment will be more comfortable because more things will be familiar to you. To show you care. A person's name is deeply associated with who they are. To a person, their name is something they care about very much. The fact that you are choosing to remember their name is showing that you really care about who that person is. To be more confident. You'll be more confident to go out and meet new people because you'll know you'll remember their name. You'll also know that if people you met before are there, you'll know their name. You won't be worried about embarrassing yourself. You can confidently walk up to someone you have met before and say, "Hi Jenny, great to see you again." Nearly always people react positively when someone remembers their name. You'll also know that people will find you more interesting because you remember more about them. you will know the others will feel good around you. The more you use other people's names and experience how easy it can be to make other people feel special, the more you will want to go out and meet people. These are some of the benefits of learning to remember names and faces. Are any of the benefits things that will make your life better? Are there any other reasons you'd like to learn to remember names and faces? What are the benefits you will get from these? These reasons can give you desire to want to learn to remember names and faces. You also may have other reasons as well. Choosing the benefits is one part. The next part to creating strong desire is to determine what your future will be like with those benefits. When thinking about your future, think about how your life will be so much better with those benefits. See yourself behaving in a way that incorporates those new skills and feel how much better your life will be as a result. By creating strong sensations about how your future will be, your mind will be drawn to doing what is necessary to become like that. The point of power is in the future. The point of choice is in the present.